In this video, I will show you how you can create a game in less than an hour. What's up guys, I am Sandeep and you're watching Duel. This video is going to be a collab with me and Praveen Kumar, who is the front-end developer and cloud computing expert. In case you want him to reach out, I will leave his contact details and links of each resources mentioned in this video in the description below. With no further ado, let's start the video.
Thank you so much Sandeep, for that quick introduction. And so let's get into the whole session. So hi everyone, let me formally introduce myself. Hi everyone, welcome again. So this is going to be really awesome. So today we are going to look at how we can create a simple game like a rock, paper, scissors game using React. In this way, we will also be learning about a lot of things related to React.js like states and props, stateful components, etc. And we'll try to see something in a simple way, how we can create something really awesome. I've actually created a couple of assets before, but I'll try to explain all those things as well. By the way, did I say who am I? My name is Praveen Kumar. I'm originally from Chennai, India. I'm currently living and working in the UK and in London for one of the top two companies, top two banks in UK. So today, what are we doing? What am I doing? Like, I'm a full stack specialist. I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer. So what exactly a full stack developer who doesn't have a website with them? So here you go. I hope you're all able to see the screen. So this is my website. So let's see how it works. Yes, there you go. So, hey everyone. So here it says like all my different hats, what I wear. So I'm a front-end enthusiast. I'm a full stack developer, cloud computing specialist. And I also have all my social network links here. So it's a simple website which contains a simple introduction about myself. And what I would request you all to do is, all the web developers out there, please try to put something like this, like a small, simple website, and get your stuff updated. So I've got my experience here. So this says like, like in case if you are all students, you don't have an experience, just put your education directly. So in education, I have actually copied and pasted from the brochure that I got it from the university. So even that actually works. So something like that will really help the whole stuff for you. Like, get it perfectly up and running and stuff like that. So that's exactly what I would like you all to do. So now let's come to our portfolio section. Okay, so all these numbers are like made up numbers, so you don't need to possibly have everything perfect. And coming to the portfolio, so make sure whatever you have written, whatever you have done, even if it's a simple hello world application, try to put this out in your social networks. And it's all right, like there will be like 20 people who will be throwing stones at you, but at the same time there will be 80 people who are going to support you. So make sure you do that for them and you will get a huge motivation. If you see my first ever website or like first ever project, it looks like this. And this is my second and this is my third. Comparing with all the latest ones, see this one, and this one, they're all looking really good, right? You can clearly see how I have grown up from the day one to this, right? So that's exactly what is the growth that you will be looking at. And then coming to the blog section, I also write a lot of blogs. If you are interested in helping others by sharing your experiences, that would be the best way you can actually improve your writing skills and also your abilities, like, all the, what should I say? Your abilities will be really helpful, like your writing abilities, your everything will get improved really. So that's exactly what I wanted to tell. And coming to the other things, this also helps you in writing skills, because this is one of the main skills that you would be looking at once you go to a company or something like that. And this is what people say behind my back, and this is the way you can talk behind my back. So this is a simple website. And don't forget, I do have a YouTube channel as well. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. There will be a lot of nice information here. So go ahead, check it out, and that would be really nice as well. So there are like loads and loads of, stuff related to React.js, JavaScript, etc. So that will be really helpful for you in case if you are trying to learn something new. So that's about my website. And let's get back to our real work. So what are we going to do today? So we are going to build rock, paper, scissors in a simple way. Before that, I wanted to tell you how my development environment looks like. Okay. So if you type in Praveen development dev environment, you'll be able to see my personal development environment, my adventures. If you go there, you can clearly see this is what I'm using currently. I'm using a Mac machine, and these are the couple of things that I have been working with. And my basic go-to development based browser is Google Chrome. So I always use that because a lot of things, it actually helps me with a lot of things. It is very developer friendly. And for communication, I obviously use Zoom because it doesn't take much of my, unlike the WebRTC services, it doesn't take much of my CPU. So this is really good. And Git is like your time travel for your code. So in case if the code is working for a while and then you want to go back to that code, you can use Git. Then iTerm and OMyZSH are like Macintosh based terminal replacement stuff. So they are really awesome as well. In case if you are using a Mac machine or a Linux machine, definitely try OMyZSH. It is best. Then you have Sublime Text. This is one of the alternate text editors I use. It's not an IDE, but it's a text editor. Visual Studio is an IDE. VS Code is an IDE. We have VirtualBox and Vagrant and Scotchbox. This is for my LAMP stack development. So we don't want to go into it very deeply. Then we will just ignore all these things, directly go into Node.js. Node.js is the JavaScript runtime, and this is going to help us a lot in terms of like how JavaScript is going to be run and everything. Then coming back to Visual Studio Code, that's what I'm using every time. And I use only these 8 extensions, and they are extremely good, very helpful. And if you want to get a copy of my similar setup, you can use this dot file. And this is available here. Just go to the raw and import the dot file in this way. For example, if I try to open my VS Code, it looks like this. And here you can find out everything. Like, see, this is exactly what I'm using, and I hope it's visible. Yeah, so these are the extensions that I have been using so far. So it is like Cobalt 2, React, Redux, snippets, ESLint, Git history. I have actually talked a lot about these things in my previous live stream. So have a quick look at those things. And coming back to our stuff today. So today I'm planning to use an online IDE. So I'll put the link in the comment section as well. And it is going to be Code Sandbox. And that is actually far better in case if you don't want to, if you're lazy like me and you want to work with something like something immediately online or something. Okay, before that, we need these rock, paper, scissors graphics, right? So I've got this one. So I got it from VecTC, and let me arrange the icons by group by date added. So you can see that this is an all icon. You won't be able to see this. This is actually, I did something using this. So let me show you what exactly I've got these icons from. So this is scissors, this is rock, and this is paper, right? And now this one has everything in it. So this is a small animation. It's an animated PNG. The way I did it was using, if I just make animated PNG maker, I'll be able to get the EasyGIFs link first. So all I need to do is I just need to add rock, paper, scissors, all the three things, choose the files here, upload it, and then once I give the correct delay, let's say 15 seconds of delay or like maybe 20 seconds of delay, and then let's make a PNG. This cute cat will be coming in, and then boom, there you go. The animated PNG is ready. Remember, this is not a GIF file because this is an animated PNG output and it's actually cool. Okay, cool. So we have got this one. So what is next? So we have got something like this. We need to use these three icons to make it work. So let's go back to react.new. So here's where we will be building our React.js code base. So this link will also be shared in the description and the chat window. So make use of it. And we already have got something like, what do you say this? We've got all these React. This actually looks like VS Code as well. So that way, this is really cool. And we want a class component. So what I'm gonna do is I'll start with the class app extends React, or else let's do extends component, and it will auto import on the top. You can see that. And the main method is the render method, and the render method has a return function where you will be returning an element. For example, let's say div class name app, and then let's close it. Let's say hello folks, and then I need to export the default element as app. So now if I refresh this will get auto refreshed. So in case if I refresh this, we can see that hello is here, hello folks is here. Great. So well, that's actually not visible, right? Let me see something if I can kind of like make it a bit here. All right, cool. So we have got this hello folks displayed here. Now, what we need to do is we want to put some nice CSS and other things. But before that, let's start with a simple choosing stuff or something like that. We need to start a game with either with computer or with the user. So that is how we are going to create the game. So the first thing is we need to have a state. State is where the whole application state will be stored. So I'm going to have this complete application in a very simple way. So that's the main thing which I wanted to tell everyone. So it's going to be really simple, and for this is very much helpful for the beginners as well. Okay, so coming back to our let's start with like nice fonts. Okay, so fonts.google.com, let me go and then try to find out what would be the best funny font. Okay, so I'm looking at display fonts, so they could be really looking good. I'll go with this one. So let's select the style. Let me just copy this whole thing. And all I need to do is I go here, go to the index.html. And then after this, I'm just going to paste it here. So one thing which I wanted to change is this React app. We can change it into, let's say, rock, paper, scissors. Where is this? Get lost. Rock, paper, scissors. And then now if I try to open this in a new window, we'll be able to see rock, paper, scissors on the heading, and we can see the hello folks here. So cool. So we have done so far. Now the next thing what we are going to do is we need to add the styles. So let's go to the styles.css. Instead of sans serif, we are going to use this one. So let's refresh the page. Yeah, so we are able to see that the styles are getting applied here. So the first thing that I wanted to do is let's try to have the font size as really big. So 25 pt or maybe 40 pt. I'm using points because that is the right way to use the fonts. Okay, so first thing is let's start with the heading H1, rock, paper, scissors. Right, and we might need to reduce this a bit, like let's say 25 pt to be very small, 35 pt, and then we'll give like letter spacing normal. It's going to be like this, 1 px or 1 pt. It's becoming bigger. Good, 5 points. Yeah, this seems to be a bit okayish to me. So now what we need to have is, we need to have a big start button right now. Okay, so we need to also show these images, like this image and other images as well. So we have to have something like, let's have a button here. So start button, file type png. Okay, this needs to be really funky. So I'm just gonna find out the nice start button. The reason why I'm using PNG files is because it would be transparent in the background. So that's the only reason. Okay, we can use this play button, something like that. This looks really nice. It does have the rock and other things, so maybe we will just use this one. Okay, so this is not exactly really a, okay, I guess we need to download this one. So download this PNG. I'm a human and I need to find all the boat images. Okay, I don't even know if this is real, like it's really checking everything or something like that. So let's go ahead and drop this image. Yep, uploaded. So we'll just copy this one. The reason why I'm using IMGURS for the CDN, it is going to help us in making it faster, making things faster. So let's go with an IMG SRC and we'll do this. And we'll give an alt that says start. Okay, cool. So now it is actually super big. I'm just gonna get this into the normal size. So the problem right now is it is extremely big. So what we will do is .app img.start. Let's give a start class for this. You should be using class name instead of class, because class is a keyword in JavaScript, and whatever we are writing, the HTML, this is JSX, and it is actually written in the JavaScript file. That's the reason we need to use class name instead of class. So let's use start. And then if we go to the styles, we'll be putting something like max width, say 100 px. That's super small. Maybe we can put 250 px. Okay, that looks really nice. So we can give a cursor pointer, and then it actually looks like you can go on top of it and like click on something like that, right? Okay, now we need to do a on click function. So on click. So make sure you're putting all these, make sure you give importance to the cases, because here in React, you need to make sure all these cases are really correct. So for example, on should be in lowercase, C should be in uppercase, then LICK should be in lowercase back. So if I put something like alert, hello folks, and then I save this, I click on here, I'm able to get the alert hello folks. So this actually works. So what I need to do is, once the play button is clicked, you need to show two things. So what we will do is, we can have started as false. Okay, so we'll start with this dot, or else we'll actually cache this one. So let's use const started this dot state. Now we have got the thing here. So if started, we can put something like game started. We will be building something on that. If not, we are showing this start button image. Okay, So since this game is not started, we are able to see the play button. So what should happen when we click on the play button? This is our set state, and then we put started as true. Okay, so the moment I click on this play button, we will get this game started happening. Okay, so that's exactly is going to do. Then we can, instead of using this game started, what we have to do is we will put a small div class name game, and then we want it in the two ways. Okay, so this is the player and there should be computer. So let's say div class name player, and there is another thing called computer, and we will put their names here as well. So we copy here and paste it over here. If you're using mouse and keyboard, use Alt and then click these things to do the multiple selection. So once we do this, let's save this. Let's click on this. You can see player and computer on the same line. We don't want them on the same line, don't we? So what we will do is we'll go to this CSS. Let's copy this game, player and computer. Okay, so .app.game .player .computer. I want the app game to be a flexbox display so that it looks like this. But these two folks are there, right? Both of them should have a flex grow of 1. So you can see that these two things are looking fine. And we don't want this letter spacing. So let's do letter spacing normal so that it looks better, or at least like 1 pt. Maybe we can use 2 pt. Okay, cool. Now it looks really nice. So now the player should have all the options and the computer should be deciding on the options. So we know that we have this all button here. So let's copy this image address and then let's go back. In case if you have any questions, please go ahead, put it in the chat, and then definitely I'll answer it. I or any of them will answer it. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, instead of this computer, here we'll put an image src, this one, or it is going to be all choices. Okay, at the moment we haven't thought about any choice right now. Okay, so if I click on this, it's gonna go this way. Boom. Oh my god, this is not what I was expecting. So what we should be doing here is, for this player and computer, so app.game, whatever image is given here, first thing is the max width is going to be 100 pixels. It is actually very small, plus I'm not able to see that word computer as well. So what did I do? So I forgot, by mistake I removed the computer part. So let me put computer here, and then let's make this player as well. So these are all VS Code's shortcuts. What I'm doing is like, I'm just using Alt Shift up arrow key, and then I'll be able to make the copy of the same line. So all those shortcuts are given in my blog, so you can go ahead and refer. So the moment I click on this, it shows computer, and it is actually showing this way. By the way, I don't think the background seems great. So let's try to change the background as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back to this body, BGC, and then we will try to take the same background as this one. So how am I going to select that background? So let me open this in a new page, and let me click this one. And if I inspect this, I'll be able to see the body here, and here I've got this background FFF, right? So I'll just go to this corner of this thing and then add this so that I can match the color. So I'll use this color. Let's close this one. Also, the size is not so big, so let's use 250 pixels. Good, looks good. I will save this. Boom. So we have got this way. So now when it comes to player, we need to choose something, right? So what we will do is, we can get rid of this one. Now here is paper. So it's actually rock, paper, scissors, right? So what we will do is we'll create another div class choose, and we'll create 3 images. See, right. Okay, so the first image is rock, second image is paper. So this is paper, so we'll use the second image, and here is rock, first image, and this is scissors. So this is the third image. We'll change everything to the same way: rock, paper, scissors. Any questions so far? Hopefully it is everything going fine. So we get something like this, okay? But this is not what we want. How much size we put? It's 250, right? So if we put 250 divided by 3, it is 83, so we'll give 75. So for the player's image, max width is going to be 75 pixels. So small, 100 pixels. 200 seems okay-ish to me. Yeah, I believe this is okay. So we'll also do something like each and everything will have its name as well. So what I'm gonna do is, let me try to make this one small. Let's use if we use a paragraph, it might screw up. So I'm just gonna use a span tag. Span. Okay, cool. This works. So let's add a line to this. Okay, cool. So if I click on this, we see the same thing. But here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a name for all these 3 things. Okay, so let's create a paragraph. You can't use a span and you can't use a paragraph inside that. So let's just directly write the names. Rock, paper, scissors. So if I add this, it's going to show me something like this. This is not what we wanted again. So coming back to our styles, this image is there, right? Let's give display block. This is not also what we wanted. So let's go to this player, span. Let's give display inline block. Boom, we got something like this: rock, paper, scissors, which is cool. Let's give text align center, which I believe it is already there. And let's also give some margin to this. So margin 0, 15 pixels. That seems to be okay-ish to me. Now we can also get this thing a bit smaller. So this is the span, right? So font size can be like 0.75 em, so that it is a bit smaller compared to what exactly it is. And since this span is going to be the clickable span, we'll do the cursor pointer. So we'll be choosing something out of this. So far we have got this complete setup of what exactly we need to do. So click on play. It's going to show you these options. Computer is trying to select whichever you want to select, whichever you don't want to select. So clicking on this will actually work on something. Okay, so that's exactly what is going to happen. So now, since we have got all these things hard coded, we don't know which one is actually what. So what we will do is we'll do something like this: const rock, paper, scissors equal to the same 3 things. I'm just going to copy this whole thing again. Put it as array elements, individual array elements. Now, instead of using these things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it into rock, paper, and scissors. So if I click on this, we are able to see that all these 3 things are perfect. Okay, rock, paper, and scissors. But do you see that there is something that is actually repeating a lot? So React is about do not repeat yourself. So what we are going to do is, let's try to use a same thing. So let's try to use the same thing. Dot map, and then we will use I don't have a better way to do this, so I'm just gonna do something like this. One is the variable, one is the name. Okay, so I'm gonna use the span once again here and then paste it over here. So if I do this way, oh, I should not be using this one, sorry. If I do something like this, I would be able to see 3 rocks, not exactly the one which I wanted to ask. So let's try to use key A of 1. Okay, because this will be rock, paper, and scissors. This one needs to be A of 0, and this is going to be A of 1 again for both the variables. So if I try to click on play, you can see that all these 3 things are there. So we are componentizing each of them. Let me get rid of all these spans. So we have got exactly what we wanted to have. So rock, paper, scissors, it's all there perfectly here based on whatever we have given here. Great. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is, let's try to initialize something here. So at this point of time, we just need to click on something. So handle player you don't need an event handler like this. So whenever we are trying to create any event handlers, we will be using this kind of a handle, starts with handle. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. And we can also have something like what should I put here? Okay, I believe that the way I have created this one seems to be not the right way. So instead of using this one, I would be giving something like an object. So this is going to be something like this. Okay, so mistakes happen. So let's try to create this one correctly. So this is going to be const images. It's going to be an object. And this 3 things will be rock, paper, and scissors. And now here, instead of this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do object.keys images, and then each of them gets mapped. So everything is going to be just A. This alone will be images of A, and these 2 things will be A again. Let's see if that works. Perfect, it works. Now we know that either rock or paper or scissors is going to be the thing. So upon clicking on this, what should happen? So we should actually start the value with something like -1 or something like that. Okay. So let's start with player. So at the moment, when player has not selected anything, this is going to be like this. So if player is null, we'll get the player from this. If player, do something. If not, then show this. Okay, so this is exactly what we are doing. So at this point, when player has not selected, the player is allowed to choose something. So that is what is happening right now. On clicking of this, the player has to choose one of these. Okay, and we also need to have something called as computer. that will also be null. Okay, so if computer is null, so we'll be showing the same thing. This is going to happen with the same way. So if computer is selected as something, selected something. If not, I want to show all the choices that computer is actually thinking. So where is computer coming from? After the player, we have to put it from the state again. So player selected something. So let's see what exactly is happening here. The moment I click on this, it is going to show me these two things, right? If I click on rock or paper or scissors, it needs to store that particular thing. So what we will do is, before that, let's also try to see what is actually being given in the state object. So at the end, I'm going to put a pre-tag and give JSON.stringify this.state, null, 0. Okay, so for this pre alone, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the way it works. It's the line left, good. Font size 10 pt. Data spacing normal. Okay, so instead of 10 pt, I can make it as 20 pt as well, so that you can actually see how it looks. Let's give padding 10 pixels. If I click on the play, you can see that started as false. So let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, cool. So I hope this is clear. It's showing it in a clear way. It's a bit slow, I believe. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we have got started as true. So if I refresh this page, you can see that the started is false. Started is false, player is null, computer is null. So I click on this, started is true, player is null and computer is null, because player and computer both haven't selected their choices. The moment player selects something, we need to set that choice under the player. So on click, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the state. Okay, this dot set state, and then here I'm gonna put player. It's going to be A. Whatever is there inside the A, I'm gonna select it. So the moment I click on this player and I'm choosing the paper, I'm able to see that player has selected the paper, and it says player selected something. Instead of that, I want to show this particular stuff. So if I paste this one, click here, paper, I'm able to see the same thing. We can also do one more way. So we can give a state, like in case if player has selected. So if player, then selected, if not, nothing. So this is what I have given. So selected option is there, right? So for this selected option, we can give the same stuff. So this will take a bigger specificity. If I save this way, now if we see here play paper, you can see that it's going to show the same thing. But for some reason, this one is not centrally aligned. So let's see what exactly we need to do for that. So the max width is removed, okay, and margin is not auto here. So that's exactly the problem. So what we'll do is margin auto. Okay, cool. Now both the things are in the same way. But instead, when I click on this, the player should actually show the selected one, right? So what we will be doing here is we'll use images of player. The moment I do that, click on this scissors, it's going to show scissors here. And in case if you don't believe me, let's try once again rock, it shows rock here. So this way we are getting the content saved. So once this happens, what is the next thing that needs to happen? The computer has to choose something, right? So let's give the options. The options will be object dot keys of this one. So options will always be between 0 and 3, right? Sorry, 0, 1 or 2, correct? So what we have to do is we will be using math.floor. So we'll be using a math random. Okay, so we'll use computer will be object.keys of images of, we should do math.floor because we need to start with 0. Any decimal number that's given, we need to start with 0. To be 0, 1, 2 or 3, right? So math.random, this gives you a value between 0 to 1. So multiplied by 3 will give me a value between 0, 1 or 2. So that's exactly will happen. So technically it should be object.keys images. So this will give me an array, which array element dot length. This will be completely dynamic. In case if you want to add more options, you will be able to add more options. So now let's see what exactly is getting selected. So if I click on this one, paper and scissors. Okay. So now this comp selected something. So we need to update it using the same way, like how we updated here. Images of computer. So this computer is also coming from this. So let's save this. Let's see what is happening now. Rock, paper, scissors. If I click on paper, paper is a tie, right? So we have got paper and paper here, which is perfect. So now what we are going to do is, now comes the real logic. We need to write the logic for this. So let's see what we can do. So at this point of time, we should show here who wins. Okay. So this is the winning streak. So if both player and computer are selected, we have to show something here. So player and computer is not null. We'll be putting results. Okay, so at this point of time, we see these things. So if I click on this, this is player, this is computer, we are getting the results as well. Okay, so we can safely get rid of this pre-formatted tag. So now clicking on this, then you have to show the results. So now the toughest part is we need to find who actually won. Okay, so let's try to create a simple function. So const who is big. It will take first, second, and so there are multiple permutations and combinations here, right? So if first, okay, let's start with a switch case first. Okay, before that, if first equal to second, then return it's a tie, which means we can just give okay, we'll just give tie. Okay, and in case if something is happening, so let's start with the case rock So what is going to be the winner? So if second is scissors, return rock, else return scissors. Is this even correct? It should be first, else return second. Okay, so this is what is going to happen in each of these cases. So we'll be doing the three cases as rock, paper beats rock. So return first, else return second. Scissor beats paper. Default, nothing. It's like literally nothing. So we can just leave it like this. Now, let's quickly have a look at whether everything works fine. So the results are going to be who is big. Okay, this is supposed to be who is big, player, computer, and then wins. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. If I choose paper, so paper wins. Cool. Let's also fix the styles of this one. Oh no. We need to show it in such a way that this is class results. Let's go back. Results. Choose the letter spacing normal. In font size, let's give 35 pt. Wait, what was this one? This is already 35 pt, right? Let's give 25 pt. I choose paper. Boom, paper wins. Maybe 30 pt. 50 pt. Okay, this actually works. Okay, 50 pt seems to be perfect. What is exactly this one size? This size. Okay, whatever it is. 35 pt. This is 50 pt. I really don't understand the calculation here, so let's leave it. Okay, cool. So this works. So if you want to restart once again, we can also have a restart button. So let's go back. Let's try finding a restart button. Restart game. I'll type PNG and let's go to the images. Nah. Okay, let's use something like this. Reset icon. Use the we'll see something which is gaming related. Couldn't find anything which is gaming related. Let's use this one. Cool, this looks nice. We will use the 8x. Boom. Let's copy the image. We can't hot link it from 8x or any of the other sites. So that's the reason I'm using the MGUR CDN. Let's use this. Let's go back. So let's have an image here. Okay, so let's see if that works. Oh, that's so big. Okay, so in this one, for this paragraph, image display block, margin. Okay, actually we need max width as well, 100px. Cursor pointer, margin, auto. Tie wins. So tie wins. So if it is tie, we should give nobody wins. So what we should be doing here is, should get something here. So it's just the text, right? So let's use a function here. So first thing is, you need to find const winner is equal to this. So if winner is tie, return nobody wins. Okay. Else we need to find who exactly is this player. Okay. So if winner, else if winner equal to player, then return player wins. Else return computer wins. This is a simple simple logic which I thought about, and we can actually use the same thing somewhere else as well. Actually, I got the same stuff here. It's always a good practice to have brackets everywhere, so it is better to use a braces. Okay, cool. So let's try this. Paper, nobody wins. And this thing should actually do the reset button. So what is reset here? On click, what you need to do is, you should set the state to the default state. So this is the default state. I'm just going to copy this one. This dot set state. Paste it here. Boom. So if I click this, rock, paper, scissors. Okay, I'll choose pay. Okay, so scissors, computer, player wins. Great. And if I reset, it goes here. There is also one more thing which I can do. Let's try to add the name as well. Okay, so that instead of player, it is going to show you your name. So name equal to nothing. And if there is nothing being shown here, we should not show anything. So that's this part. So start button is here. So instead of start button, we need to also use inside this name dot trim. Okay, where is name coming from? Let's use name here. Name. It's nothing, or maybe dot length is less than 3 characters. Then show us an input. Should be at least 3 characters. So greater than 2 characters, then show me this one. Okay, right. But how would you set the name here? So what we are going to do here is this whole thing needs to be put into something. Okay, so before that, let's give a div class name intro. Then we'll put this here inside this. So the first thing that you need to do is add an input button. This is going to be a connected component. What is meant by connected component? The value is going to be name. There will be an onChange event where you will be setting this dot set state of name e.target.value. So this is connected in two ways through the, so if I type something more, then it shows up. So it is connected two-way to the state. That's exactly what I was meaning by connected component. So app input font family should be inherited. Good. Font size 2.5. Great. Padding 10. Looks nice. Line height 1. Doesn't make a difference. Okay, so for placeholder at least, we'll just write enter your name at least 3 characters long. So what we'll do is we have 1.5 EM, right? Let's make it as 1.25 EM. Width is 100%. Too much. 90%. Great. Text align center. So if I type something, let's say Praveen, boom, I'm able to see my name here. Okay. So we'll also do BGC transparent border 2px solid hash CC. Let's use CCF. Good. Actually, we'll give background color as not FFF, definitely EEF. So it looks like it is a input, and let's give border radius as well, 5 pixels. Boom. So it kind of looks good, right? Since it's display block, and we need to give margin auto, so we can give margin auto 0, auto 15px, so that there's some nice space. So 25 pixels. So there you go. So we have got it here. Nice. Now coming back to this, instead of using player wins, we can give name wins. Okay, so I type in my name, Praveen Kumar, play, boom, computer wins. Dead. Nobody wins. Ha! My name wins. So Praveen Kumar wins. So this is exactly what I was trying to say, which we can make use of this one. So reload, it still shows my name here, which is actually cool. If you wanna clear this name or not clear this name, this is actually helpful, right? So it is going to save my name as well. So that looks super. And so here we go. Here we come to the end of this whole thing, and I hope you all enjoyed it well, because yeah. So any comments? Looking at the comments. So let me know if you have any questions. So that's about it. So in case if you have any questions or something like that, please feel free to ask me. And yeah, so stay safe, have a nice day, and stay safe from COVID and other things. See ya. So thank you, Sandeep, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And let me know if you have anything else that we can do. And see you all. Bye.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click the button below this video.